The following are quotes from ancient wisdom. The Path to Mastering Emotional Intelligence, written by Togbi-Wonyo with contributions from co-author Ashley Togbi-Wonyo. For those who wish to dive deeper, the complete book, packed with practical applications, rich illustrations, and insightful examples, is available on Amazon. Be sure to check out the link in the description box below to get your copy. Thank you for your continued support and happy listening.
Ancient Wisdom, The Path to Mastering Emotional Intelligence. Train in matters of existence. In the vastness of existence, nothing is truly nothing, everything has its essence. After countless meticulous efforts, your true brilliance will emerge. There is a straight path, but stray from it, and you will create a maze of missteps. What lies below supports the weight of what is above, while what is above equally bears the weight of what is below. It is the origin of a message, not its bearer, that determines its validity. Do not let the opportunity before you slip away while hoping for another yet to appear. Genuine followers are drawn through impactful impressions and heartfelt inspiration. Absolute peace is achieved through harmonious balance, ethical actions, and moral integrity. You will not see the general when your eyes are on the specific. Conversely, you will not see the specific when your eyes are on the general. So, embrace both. Relentless pressure and blame can break even the strongest of minds, leading to alienation. Constant awareness ensures that surprises are kept at bay. Humans, by nature, exemplify minimal functionality, equipped with only the essentials for survival. It is through our ingenuity and design that we enhance our capabilities and improve our lives. The valley is filled with struggles, but the freedom you long for awaits on the mountaintop. Address dilemmas with a display of expertise rather than emotional reactions. Sometimes you will not know there is a problem until you see one. A true champion secures both the trophy and his sense of self. You are what you know. Tooth decay is a gradual process, it doesn't happen overnight. What you are good at might hinder what you aspire to achieve. Freedom is a distant journey, so rise up early and seize the day. Continuous opportunities pave the way to richness. A closed door challenges your resilience and resolve, guiding you toward the open door ahead. The purpose of marriage is not to exalt appearance. A stellar performance can mend a tarnished reputation. If the path you took was good, it is wise to return the same way. Emergencies hold a person back from reaching their full potential. First is contact. Second is difference. Third is bond. Fourth is intimacy. A person is born out of 3 wombs before reaching maturity: the mother's womb, the nurturing home environment, and the broad expanse of society. You do not meet the same people twice. Something they have seen, heard, or felt has already changed them. The effort is challenging, but it brings out your brilliance. A healthy relationship stems from mutual understanding and shared knowledge. Mastery lies in retention. It is the hallmark of greatness. Static objects require no guidance, while moving entities need direction. True separation comes only with death. While alive, even enemies may find themselves in need of each other. People are like teeth. They do not need to be visibly connected to demonstrate their interconnectedness. Extracting or replacing them disrupts the body's overall harmony. There is no better way to rob oneself of one's future than by curtailing it. Hope does not disappoint, but it must be measured. No name, no reference. No reference, no retention. No retention, no deep connection. Faith is like a life vest. Putting it on and then remaining inactive is as futile as not wearing it at all. Failure and repetition are 2 sides of the same coin. Just make sure that when you go back to try again, you are better prepared than the first time. If you seek the right thing for the right reasons and pursue it with determination, you will find it. Influence is wielded through contact and knowledge. You cannot speak a language you have not learned. Big expenses often disguise themselves as small indulgences. If left unchecked, they can quietly erode the fruits of your hard labor. Only things that are immutable are truly accurate. Heaven has no need for inventions or innovations, hell does. The external affects the internal. whether good or bad, and vice versa. To live a good life is to live responsibly, to be inspired, and to inspire others. New information brings new inspiration. Those who seek comfort turn to songs, while those who seek knowledge turn to spoken words. It is hard to love something you do not accept. You cannot steal what you cannot find. Death brings dissolution, not bondage. The fear of the worst should drive you to seek the best. A road is a trainer, a consistent routine leads to mastery. A road leads you in the direction it is designed to go. Is the path well constructed? Excellence begins with 2 and 8, development and knowledge. What is shown is taught, every demonstration imparts a lesson. Necessity is the mother of enterprise. Companies emerge to fulfill unmet needs. Wisdom attracts because it shines brightly. Strength is perfected gradually through the accumulation of small, consistent efforts. Do not seek the sun in the midnight sky, instead, discern the season and its gifts. A troubled soul seeks solace and affirmation, not rebukes. By means of a covenant, parties are bound in trust and security. Order and coherence are maintained by the principles that govern them. Mastery is unattainable without the foundation of knowledge. The ride is smooth as long as the train stays on track. Deviations lead to disruption. Without a home, things wander aimlessly. Rootedness brings direction and purpose. Harness the power of an hour, and a day becomes a realm of endless possibilities. You will be affected by everything if you are connected to everything. What you are trying to do is not impossible. You just have not figured it out yet. Our rest is wrapped in our labor. Nothing is born polished. Perfection is an illusion. It is the journey of growth that brings true fulfillment. A snake that is not near cannot bite you. An explosive voice yearns for unity, yet it faces barriers instead. What we talk about, whether good or bad, gain life through our words. Do not fear falling into the pit, just walk away from it. An opportunity often appears in the form of a person. It is hard to advance if you have not healed from your last step. No better way to leave behind old habits than by steadfastly pursuing new ones. Remember, others might not share all your knowledge, but they might have insights you need. Both the person who walks in darkness with their eyes open and the person who walks in light with their eyes closed face danger. Acknowledging guilt quells conflict. A deferred responsibility doesn't disappear, it burdens someone else. Assumptions often mislead, while certainty comes from diligent inquiry. Begin where your strengths shine and opportunities abound. You must grow and mature before you can plant seeds of success. Just as strength fades without use, knowledge will flee if not applied. Personal growth means reaching for and embracing skills, values, and principles. A mark reflects the maker. Want to win. Elevate your performance with dignity. Peace emerges when every part of a whole is in harmonious balance. Bettering your own life inspires and improves the lives of others and positively impacts the world. Closing your eyes and trusting someone else's judgment blindly is a recipe for disaster. The essence of knowledge lies in the recognition of patterns and behaviors. Knowledge requires both attention and intention. Instinct is the concealed wisdom embedded deep within, worth transforming into applicable knowledge. To become the master of your craft, practice with unwavering dedication. In the relay of life, the first person is the forerunner. He lays the groundwork. The second person is the builder. He constructs upon that foundation. The third person is both the trainer and the anchor runner. He nurtures, guides, and relays the wisdom they have received. Together, they ensure that the legacy endures. By cutting corners, you sacrifice valuable learning. Evil zeal is self-destruction. Unchecked emotions will destroy everything you've strived to accomplish. Forming requires sourcing, innovating demands surpassing the resource. Instead of following the whims of your heart, lead it in righteousness. Want to understand someone deeply. Study what they write, heed what they say, and watch what they do. What is a speaker without listeners, a business without customers, or food without diners? Your performance is consistent when your mind is focused and present. Zacchaeus may not have been tall, but he knew that climbing the tree would make him stand out. To thrive is the mark of life. I thrive, therefore, I am alive. A bird doesn't wait to decipher motives, it simply flies away. You will hear the word in your mind before it leaves your lips. You do not need two people to put a cap on a bottle. Who claims victory? The person who finds triumph in drinking, or the alcohol that ultimately takes charge? To be trained in time management is liberating, but to be bound by the clock is captivity. Conformity extinguishes individuality, leading to a lifeless existence. If you leave in the last possible minutes, you will never be on time. Without mutual respect, friendship is not possible. The competencies shown in overseeing a small space are just as vital for managing a larger one. Gather, organize, and deliver. The soul blooms with the power of meaningful conversation. Lay the foundation of a good reputation, trust will grow in its own time. Knowing where you stand is the first step to determining where you wish to go. A man's path is guided by the knowledge within his soul. When we reach a common understanding, we will be as one. On your own, you might veer off course, but wisdom leads you in the right direction. Why ask God to stay close when we are the ones drifting away? Optimism without the truth is false hope. Skepticism without the truth is false fear. Beware of the covetous dealer. When his offer is denied, he returns with a vendetta. A gift is not truly free, it entrusts you with stewardship and accountability. If you combine wet plates with dry ones, you will re-wet them and lose the time you spent drying. Everything with the breath of life grows. I possess the breath of life, thus, I grow. Peace is not just a state of mind, but also a way of living. Evaluate everything you do with wise judgment, and you will experience growth. While life is a given blessing, prosperity is the fruit of one's endeavors. Sound indicates nearness, while sight conveys presence. A display is an open invitation. The dish that molds is the one left unwashed. Just as colors create beauty through their arrangement, so too does wisdom find its true allure in its harmonious composition rather than sheer volume. With hope in their heart, a person strides towards future promises, while one in despair retreats, unable to see any light ahead. It is preferable to be a provider rather than a receiver, ensuring you never find yourself in need or without. Wisdom enhances a person's beauty, while foolishness erodes it. A source that is not replenished disappoints in times of need. The more you follow God's guidance, the more you grow into a better person. Our conflicts arise because we are not aligned in our understanding. Confidence arises from a blend of strength and preparedness. This is the mystery of light emerging from the primordial darkness. Prepare your work and gather your strength before embarking on the journey. Power from a single source is overwhelming, but when diffused through many channels, it becomes gentle. Therefore, it is simpler to sip water from a fountain than from a floodgate. Wish for greater efficiency. Work in waves. Forcing a gift into a closed hand denies it to an open, willing one. True success lies in mastering the art of doing things the right way. In our quest to eradicate evil, we risk becoming it ourselves. Hurrying can set you back rather than move you forward. Living and learning mirror the water cycle. Eventually, knowledge reaches a point of saturation and flows down like rain. Commands crush autonomy, but inspired teachings elevate dignity. An athlete who prepares for a 100-mile race will have ample confidence in a 10-mile competition. Of all the qualities of God to desire, it is not His power, wisdom, or riches that should be sought after, but His holiness, for it is the foundation upon which everything else depends. Knowing you are in control brings confidence, lacking control leads to fear. Rushing indicates that a situation is overpowering you and that you are losing control. New, positive connections will open up opportunities for you. A loud voice crushes the spirit. A collective burden is disproportionate, and therefore unfair. In learning lies profession. To teach, one must first learn. At every stage of life, there are new skills to acquire and experiences to gain. Therefore, make the most of your time. There is light within you. If you keep your eyes closed, darkness will overtake you. Understanding the reasons and value behind something inspires the willingness to do whatever it takes. A decision is the sum of reason, value, and resolve. When reality falls short of expectations, disappointment ensues, prompting people to voice their complaints. The urge to retaliate is deeply ingrained in human nature. Continuous improvement is the path to sophistication. Purity heightens susceptibility. By speech, thoughts are structured. First, establish your reputation and your breakthrough will follow suit. Like meltwater feeds into the rivers, causing them to swell and flow more robustly, so is abundance of knowledge key to fluency. Food cultivates harmony, leading to alignment. Deviation results from either misalignment or autonomy. While misalignment can be avoided, autonomy is inherent and inevitable. Education can either uplift the mind or quickly ensnare it. Exercise caution. The home you step into could function as a refuge, a bulwark, or a confinement. When you are in a hurry, your brain fixates on a single objective, ignoring everything else, including potential hazards or risks. Develop familiarity through conversation, and harmony through fellowship. Inverting these two will send a mixed signal. There are 3 reasons why you didn't find what you were looking for. 1. You missed it. 2. You didn't go far enough. Or 3. You didn't ask. Acquire your substance with your right hand, and with your left hand seize new opportunities. Sharpness is forged through organization, and order creates clarity. When you are not given the chance to speak, continue listening and learning. There is nothing to lose. The things we cherish and hold dear are best entrusted to God's care. God handles the big things, while the small things are for you to manage. Stay dedicated to your field until it is time to reap the rewards. In life's cycle, the crossroads serve as the gateway to freedom, growth, and exaltation. Rigidity of rules leads to disintegration. Cracks are vulnerabilities, gateways to potential failure. Between you and me, there are thousands of differences. Respect is essential for self-preservation. A gift is both a seed in your hand and a child in your care. If you tend to it and nurture it, you will bring it to fruition. Knowledge enhances and fortifies talent. Strength only lasts for a time, but love endures. One instance stands alone. Two show similarity. Three reveal a pattern. And four establish a habit. There are moments to engage with others and moments to refrain. However, an outgoing individual must exercise good judgment. What you can achieve is within the scope of your capabilities. If you do not take action now while you can, you may regret not being able to do it later. Training decreases reliance. Your fundamentals serve as both your starting point and your reference. Your resilience and presence are validated by your productivity. If your work endures, so do you. But if it diminishes, you too fade away. The stability of any structure depends on its foundation. Therefore, reinforce your base. Symbolism and metaphors subtly convey and preserve wisdom. The nearer the wall, the more restricted the mobility. A well-spoken word can avert trouble. The light of the eye is wisdom. Abandoning strong morals is like experiencing premature birth. Your present mirrors your future. Your preferences are the inverse of your aversions. You are just as accountable for what you embrace as for what you consciously dismiss. Waves perpetually clash, merge, and dissolve into each other. First, get rid of the weight, and then you will rise. A spiral expands infinitely from a single dot. You may have to give twice before favor is returned to you. Just as rainwater swiftly flees from the hills to find refuge in the valley, so does strength depart from the prideful and empower the humble. Strength exerted suddenly shatters, but steady resolve builds. Many race for greatness, but it is the humble who remain grounded that ultimately rise above. What seems above you is actually below you. It does not have to be good all the time. Good and bad go hand in hand to create a balance. Other than for identification, naming implies ownership, authority, or attachment. Deceit breaks trust, but true friends never abandon one another, no matter how difficult the journey.